I got a phone call from my mom, and she said, Marcy, you need to watch the Today Show. There is something on there that's Jamie's story.
Dr. Catherine Nicolaitis is a developmental pediatrician in New Jersey. She's treated a handful of PANDAS patients and agreed to see Sammy.
Because of the controversy in the medical profession, it hasn't been well studied, so there are people who are resistant to treating.
From the time he was born, he was running around the house, he was energetic, he was just full of life. At the age of 9, we started noticing some signs. I noticed his movements were a little off. He had a very weird routine, and it started with certain steps that he would have to take. And there would always be this noise because we had hardwood floors. And then it was a lot of movements in the neck area. There were movements that, I mean, just would just take your breath away. While I was watching my son's condition deteriorate, I would be going online, and I just opened it up one day, and there was a little tiny paragraph on Panda, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is it. This is it. But how do you try to, talk to doctors that don't know anything about it? Through a connection, I found Dr. Steve Katz, a psychologist, and I took Jamie to him, and Jamie was exhibiting these signs, the movements, the thoughts, all these things that were happening to him. It's just, I can't even describe to you. Dr. Katz said, I don't know what's happening to him, but I know somebody, if there's anybody that would know, I know who you should take him to. His name is Dr. Robert Reichler, and at the time he was practicing in Seattle. He looked at Jamie, and he sat there, and he didn't say a word. He observed, and then he said, I know what this is. And he diagnosed it right from the start, that it was post-autoimmune neuropsychiatric disorder associated with strep. And what happens is this strep causes an autoimmune response that goes haywire, and it starts attacking the brain. And that what we needed to do was put him on a course of antibiotics. And basically, got well.
Jamie, how are you feeling?
Good.
I look back on it and think, wow, between the time that my son was diagnosed in 1991 and today, can you imagine all the other children out there that might not be as fortunate as Jamie? And this woman, her son, it took a year to get the answers. How many people out there are still looking for the answers? And how many children out there are still suffering? It's a pediatric disease. I am so happy that the word is getting out, the message is getting out about PANDAS. It's just so, so important that other parents don't let anybody suffer like this. You see your child, you notice symptoms, you notice signs, you know things aren't right, you take action. And if you don't get the kind of response that you are looking for, you keep going until you get that answer. Dr. Robert Reichler saved my son.